Hey, Tom of All Trades here with Silo House Productions. We thought we'd shoot a video to give kind of an update where the build is. I haven't posted a video in a while just because we've been so busy building, but we've made a lot of progress and we'll continue to make progress. But let's go in our back temporary door and we'll show you the rest of the house. So here we are, and this is sort of the common living space. It'll be a combined kitchen, living room, maybe a little bit of a breakfast nook for dining to make efficient use of the space. But over there against that window that'll eventually be cut out, there's going to be a sink and a kitchen countertop with cabinets. And then in this middle of this area roughly is the kitchen island that'll accommodate the stove and another prep sink. Over here, the main feature will be a wood-burning fireplace, wood burner, freestanding. And then the next trick is to get the chimney up through here, keeping all the distances that you're required to keep for code and whatnot. So that's the next thing that I have to do after I frame up upstairs is there's one section where the pipe comes in, but I have to figure out where that goes. So that's a little bit of a challenge. Outside we can see the view that we have, and then up above us the steel will be a cantilevered patio or porch area. That'll get done later too. It's not a huge priority as far as I'm concerned, but yeah, this will all get drywalled and these beams will be exposed. And yeah, they were all stick welded together and a lot of welding. They're massive beams, 2 by 10 by 3/8 or 3/16, I think. Big, massive, heavy beams, not going anywhere. And then as we go this way, this is the larger 27-foot diameter silo. So the silo build consists of a 27-foot and an 18-foot diameter Brock, commercially available silo linked together by 2 stacked shipping containers. I've almost completed the frame up in the 2 silo parts, and then I'm going to do the framing in here probably later this week. These are just temporary windows right now, and there will be a balcony and railings to accommodate the stairwell. But this will be in here. I think it calls for some bookshelves, and these windows will be recessed, but it's got to get, in the meantime, this will get framed out with 2x4s because of with the way the wall's corrugated, I'll be able to get plenty of spray foam insulation and bat insulation behind it. If you look up at the ceiling, we just completely removed basically we removed the sheet metal portion of the shipping container so we can perhaps put wiring or have a conduit for wire. That'll also get framed with either 2x4s or 2x6s. I haven't decided yet. In this is the 18-foot diameter silo. These are framed up to accommodate pocket doors, and there'll be a bathroom in here, and I think just like a little chill out space in this area. I haven't cut the windows yet because I'm going to wait for the windows to be installed so I don't have to worry about water coming in when it rains. But yeah, this will just be a small room, like an office or something. And then I have a few little issues to clean up with the windows. I kind of framed them up wrong, but I learned as I go. The staircase I fabricated, that's installed. These will be replaced with some nicer hardwood. They're just 2x material from Home Depot. And then it'll also get a railing and everything once it's all completed. So let's go upstairs, take a look at the second level. Like I say, we won't go down the basement because I don't have lights strung out down there. It's pretty dark. Up here, there's a couple details. This is the upper roof. We have to frame this up. But the shipping container roof is kind of, it's very, you know, if you take a board, hopefully I can reach it with this. Like there's some flex in it. So it'll have to be kind of jacked up with a post jack and framed in such a way that it holds the roof in that tensioned position. On either end, right in here where it's been galvanized, there's a plate. It's a 1/2-inch plate that follows the contour on the inside of the silo, and then it's welded to the shipping container. I just welded it full length so I wouldn't have to worry about, you know, water getting in between there. So that junction is weather tight. I did that with the 6011 with the stick welder. And so then it moves into this area. This area is this level is where all the bedrooms and things are. So in here there'll be a living or a laundry area. And then on the other side of this wet wall will be the shower for the bathroom and the toilet for the bathroom there with the sink over there. Hopefully, and then we'll put some little pendant style skylights in to let some natural light in. But yeah, there's a little bit of cleanup work to do in here. One thing around the top of the silos are designed for ventilation, but so there's a gap between the roof, and what I'm doing is taking a flexible mastic material that's aluminum backed and covering that gap. That way when we spray foam, it won't shoot spray foam out the underside of the eaves. These silos also from the outside, they're we'll take the 18-foot diameter silo. The 18-foot diameter silo has a 21-foot roof, so it has the appearance of an overhang, or it does have an overhang, which is not typical for a grain silo to have. But you can order the next size roof. One thing in doing that, it makes the installing the roof on the shipping container a little bit more complicated than just assembling a silo. In here, there's 2 bedrooms. These will also have pocket doors. So there'll be a kid's bedroom here with a closet and a window, a kid's bedroom here with a closet and a window. And then up above, the plans didn't originally call for it, but we put well, as Frank Lloyd Wright called it, a loggia. So it's a fancy way of saying a loft. That made it easier to do the roof because then I didn't need to rent a scaffolding, and it used a lot of the empty space that we would normally have, and then it also kept that open feeling and used space. So it was a good contrast, or a good use of the materials. Yeah, we have a small closet over there. This would be the master bedroom that doesn't have a bathroom, and I'm going to fabricate a spiral staircase to get up there, depending on where the chimney pipe comes. So there's one section that's not completed. I have to figure out where to put the chimney pipe and possibly switch these closets around, which shouldn't be a big deal. Yeah, we can go ahead and take a look at upstairs. We'll have to climb up. Okay, so now we're in the loggia section of the build. So this is a little bit of livable space, and then because of the roof peak or the roof pitch, it doesn't, I don't know how you would use that. So what we elected to do is make a knee wall, and then this will accommodate attic-like storage. We'll still spray foam the exterior, But this will be used, I have a little access door there. This we could put bins and store our winter coats or something, Christmas decorations, whatever in there. And that's also a nice use of gives us a little bit more room for storage so we don't have to put it all in the basement. I could have done the framing a little simpler, but I elected to keep with the theme and make another round wall. Then what I'm working on today is some of this blocking. And I'm using the 2x10 material because I have a lot of cutoffs from the 2x. So it wouldn't be necessary to use 2x10 material in there, but I have a lot of little like less than 2 foot pieces that I can use to block that all up so you have a place for the drywall to go. Another feature, this was, I don't think I posted to YouTube, but this is a decorative element, this hatch. So in the wintertime, there's a exhaust fan, if you want to get a view of that. So what I went for originally, I designed this to accommodate a large fan that would fit up there and bolt in these bolt holes. But in looking at it, it would have been not only was the fan kind of expensive, but then also the shroud or whatever you designed to cover that hole was also kind of expensive. I maybe could have fabricated something. Well, I know I could have, but I just didn't want to do that right now. So instead of that, I used an industrial downdraft fan for like a kitchen. It's a big, I think it clears 1,800 cubic feet a minute. It's pretty quiet, and the idea is that has all the shroud and everything I needed. I could use the hole and mount it to the roof, and it should be great. The reason why this is on a hinge, so number one, you can get it out of your way, and this chain is just temporary, but it's a decorative element that you will see at this angle. You'll be able to see it from down below, and so that positioning in that angle was nice too, so you wouldn't see this big gap. Put the gap away. But yeah, it's just a decorative element that in the wintertime when we're not using the exhaust fan and maybe we don't want to exhaust heat out there, I can insulate that cavity and then have access to it in the spring or summer. Okay, so this was the solution to have access to the hatch. Because one thing with the hatch is in a normal grain bin, the roof would be wider and the hatch would be very close to the edge, or at least that's how Brock designed it. So to use that hatch, it has to be fairly low in the house, and you can't put it up there because it's in between the ribs, and then you'd have to have a ladder to climb out onto the roof. This works really nicely, but it's not going to be like a door. You're going to have to kind of shimmy through it. And so I elected to, rather than leave this like a hallway, I elected to have the possibility to maybe have a door here so it can control who goes out there if there's like little kids or something. And then long term, we're going to do something with the top of the shipping container, either put a green roof that's, plantings, or maybe just have like a deck that we would have like a little herb garden, something we're going to do, but that's not necessary right now. We can do that after the house is completed. But the roof is nice for ventilation. What I got is, what they make, Brock makes a bolt-on hatch, but I just fabricated one kind of following the footprint or the layout of the hatch cover. And then I used all the hardware that came with the silo in order to build the hatch. But I'll show you me going through there. It's not real easy, but it's also not that bad. I could just do more yoga or something. Hello! So, okay. So yeah, you just come through there. You can see it's pretty tight squeeze, but it's doable. I kept the hardware. I mean, you can just climb right out here. And you're on top of the deck, which would accommodate something like, I say, a green roof, a nice view. Then I have access to the ladders. I can get up and maintain that fan if I need to. Whoop. Or I can get up on that roof and I don't know, do whatever. It's galvanized steel, shouldn't have to be maintained. But you can see there's a little bit of springiness in the shipping container that will be taken out, and the center will be a little bit higher when we frame up down below. We'll probably use either LVLs or something pretty stable, so it would accommodate, stable and strong, so it will accommodate later putting on this type of heavier green roof or something like that. We're back in, and you can see you can just climb right up to the top. You know, work on the roof or whatever. It's temporarily wired in. The fan would accommodate, it's a variable speed motor. If you put a rheostat on it, you could use that option to ventilate it more or less, but this is, I mean, it's not real quiet, but it's not too bad. Okay, so in conclusion, I hope you enjoyed the tour of the building progress so far. Yeah, we've been working away on it quite diligently. There's a lot to do. I figure it takes more time than you think, but if you get something done every day and have small goals, you'll reach your big goals of getting the building done, getting in here well before fall. So Tom of All Trades signing off. Have a good day.